Go with your babe, go with your babe.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second time I've recorded this. Actually, the first one was 37 minutes long. I ain't putting you through 37 minutes of me waffling. Unless by popular demand you want to see me waffle for 37 minutes. I doubt it, though. I doubt it. Right, this is a bit of non-content. It's a talking head. Call it TFI chats. Call it TFI real talk. Like a channel update type thing. Where I'm just going to talk about a few things. I haven't done a channel update since Christmas, and there's a few things happened and going on since then. So I've got a sticky note on screen which I'm going to keep me up to speed on what it is I need to talk about. And if this ends up being 37 minutes long again, I'm going to give up YouTube. Pretty much, I'm going to give it up because it's just not time efficient. Just delete an entire 37 minutes of video only to do the exact same thing again. That's not good. It's not good. All right, what's going on? Right, well, channel update. Channel's going well, actually. I'm quite impressed. I'm quite pleased. At Christmas, I did the Christmas update where I came across a bit doom and gloomy. And a big thanks to everyone that gave the messages of support. Genuinely, as a YouTuber alone in a room with no feedback, no interactions with people, you kind of need that. So that's great. And there's a tangible curve for the channel, which is really, really pleasing to see. We're up to 6,000 subs now, and everyone, oh, you shouldn't go. Your subs isn't the most important. For me, subs is quite important, more so than views, because the way I base my content and my success on YouTube is by how many people watch a video, and then instead of just getting what they need and moving on, which is the nature of my content, people have a problem, they find a video, solve the problem, and then they move on. I gauge my metrics on how many people find my video and then think to themselves, I like this. I want to see more from this guy. So that's why I value subs quite highly. So yeah, 6,000, that's pretty good. We're 3,500 at Christmas, so we should hit 10,000. If the curve carries on, we should hit 10,000 by the end of the year, and I will be over the moon with that. Double figures. It's still not massive at all by YouTube standards, but I would be extraordinarily happy. That would be a great success if that happened at Christmas. So that's a good thing. Other things that are going on, in the middle of the year, I think June or July, I've been asked to write an article for the Autodesk website. It's the social and media website. It's part of the Autodesk Elite scheme, which I'm a member of, which you'll have seen the little badge in my introductions. The Expert Elite scheme is a group of, I think there's about 200 of us in the world, I think. But it's a status awarded to people from Autodesk, whereby they reward you for your contributions to the community. So if you go out your way and you dedicate a lot of your time to helping people out in the community, you get awarded Expert Elite status. You can't just ask for it and be it. You need to have a track record of it. So for me, essentially, it's my YouTube stuff. Go out of my way and spend far too much time doing, like, the amount of my life. I said at Christmas that I was going to try and sort of tone it down a bit. That ain't happened. It's not happened at all. Much to the girlfriend's disgust. It's not happened. But yeah, so the Expert Elite thing, you get like free licenses, which you can't use commercially, but you can use it for educational purposes. You get free licenses from Autodesk, coats, jackets, pens, and stuff like that, and other perks and privileges. But the Expert Elite members are being asked to write articles for the Autodesk website, and I'm up in July, I think it is. So they were like, oh, you know, you can write anything. You've got full creative freedom with the article. So I was thinking, well, I can write a tip or trick, blah blah blah. And I thought, well, most of the tips and tricks that I know of for Inventor, I've already done on the channel. I don't want to just rip off something that I've already done and just, you know, regurgitate it on a written blog article. So I thought, I'm going to do something. I'll write about something which I'm bang into at the moment, which is hardware. So I'm going to write like a workstation buyer's guide for Inventor. So that's coming in around June or July. I've just started writing the article. I've only just decided what it is I'm going to write. So I've just started writing that up. But speaking of which, that's another thing which I wanted to talk about. I did discuss this at the Christmas update, is that I want to expand the channel. I need to expand the channel. Mainly because there's only so many tips and tricks you can put out for Inventor before you start ending up just basically doing long-winded tutorials for stuff which you just don't. And for me to create content, I need to be in the moment, right? So most of the tips and tricks that I've got on the channel spawned from the drawing office that I was in. People would ask me questions, and it was relevant at the time, and I was like, right, yeah, that's a genuine problem people are having. I'll do a video on it. And there's only so many of those things that happen over the course of your working day. before you start ending up thinking, I need to think up something, I need to conjure something to put on the channel, and that's not a good place to be. So what I thought I'd do, I need to expand the channel. What do? Do I go into AutoCAD? I mean, AutoCAD is something which would definitely reach a wider audience, but I'm not massively interested in AutoCAD. AutoCAD used to be my bread and butter. That was all I ever did before Inventor was a thing, before Inventor existed. But now it's like, it's a bit saturated. AutoCAD's kind of like, it's not very exciting really. You draw lines, arcs and circles and switch layers on and off and stuff like that. And the stuff they're adding to AutoCAD nowadays, it's just bollocks. Like geotagging. Wow. Really? Are they so creatively bankrupt that now they're starting to put in stuff which is just, it shouldn't be in AutoCAD? I mean, they've got AutoCAD and they then expanded AutoCAD out into the different disciplines. So you've got AutoCAD Electrical, you had Architectural Desktop, you've got AutoCAD Architecture, all these different flavors of AutoCAD. They should be reserved for the fancy features like geotagging, but no, all this stuff started to make it into vanilla AutoCAD, and it's like, well, come on, man, you're bloating it up to a thing that it doesn't need to be. It used to be a nice simple thing. AutoCAD was like simple, solid, reliable, sweet as a nut. You knew exactly what you were getting. Now it's like there's a million things to go wrong with it. So I don't really want to expand out into AutoCAD. If there's something extraordinarily special, which I think, it's a CAD channel. I did call it TFI CAD Tips for a reason. I didn't call it TFI Inventor Tips. So I might end up doing something like that in the future, but I'm not gonna go out my way to do that. And other programs I could end up expanding into, I don't know. But I'm really into hardware. I'm like a nerd. I mean, look at me office, man. I'm a nerd. I'm a geek. I'm really into this stuff, and I don't think there's any channels out there who specialize in hardware advice on stuff for professional use in CAD. You've got every kid and their younger brother doing tech videos. Anybody can go to PC World or Best Buy and buy a bloody laptop for £400 and then unbox it on camera and go, it's got a camera, it's got a USB port, oh, I love the box, oh, it's got a lovely smooth finish on it, I'm going to log in. Anyone can do that, and then everyone is doing that. There's millions of tech channels out there for just generic stuff. But there's nothing, I haven't searched for it, but I haven't come across anybody that specializes in hardware advice for CAD programs. And I thought, I'm in a good place to do that. So I might end up doing, and I am doing that actually. I've been doing a lot of videos on the benchmarking of Inventor on different grades of hardware. Built this for £350. I mean, that's kind of where I'm coming from here. A good example of what I would love to be able to do is more of this. That was a £350, sort of $500 PC. And it performs on Inventor. It will power Inventor better than workstations that cost 10 times as much, if not more. And it's all because of what hardware you put in it, what options you pick. And I think there's a lot of confusion out there. There's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of people getting sold PCs that are not up to the job, but because they've got a precision label on it, or a Xeon sticker, or a Quadro badge, it's like, well, it's got those badges. It has to be the best of the best. Not necessarily the case. You can actually pay £5,000 for a PC, and it can be crap, really crap, for the job that you need it to do. So I'm really into that sort of stuff, and I'd love to know whether there's a lot of interest out there for that sort of stuff. And based on the videos I've done so far, I think there is. They've been watched quite a lot, and the feedback's been generally quite positive. So with that in mind, I've tried to partner up with some hardware suppliers to try and help out a little bit. I mean, so far I've been buying all the stuff myself, and I'm absolutely fine with that. And it kind of lets me stay. And even if I do partner up with them, I will still stay unbiased. You've got to, or you'll just have zero credibility in any of this stuff. But I've tried to partner up with some suppliers. So start with 3D Connection. They've sent me over the CAD mouse, which I've already done a review on. So I use the CAD mouse in each and every Inventor video that I've done on the channel since I've received that. They've also sent over a couple of their Space Mice. So I've got the Space Mouse Pro, which is this thing here. And they've also sent over a Space Navigator wireless, which is just the standalone little doobly what's it. It's got 2 buttons on either side, and the 3D mouse itself. And also I've got the mouse pad here, which I don't know if you can see on camera, but the 3D Connection mouse pad, really good. Love that thing. That's also in the review that I've done on the channel of the 3D Connection CAD mouse. So those guys have sent over their devices, so I've partnered with those. It's not a sponsorship. They haven't sent any money over. They're not paying me to use this stuff. They were just like, here's the devices, use them on your channel if you want. And then it raises awareness of their stuff. So with that in mind, I've also been in contact with Dell. which is an interesting one. I didn't think someone like Dell would entertain a channel like this of this sort of size, but it's looking quite positive actually. Dell, I'm hoping, are going to send over or be in a position to send over some review units. So I essentially would approach Dell and say, I want a PC with X, Y, and Z in it. Can you send it over? I'll then use it on the channel for a video and then send them it back. So that'll be good. And the intention with that is to give you guys a good baseline of what to buy and based on what budget. So instead of just randomly picking things from the Dell website and hoping for the best, I'll be able to say, if you buy this, this is how it will perform. If you buy this, it will be this good. And that's that. I think that kind of advice just isn't out there at the moment. So I'm really want to get into that. Another thing which I've been quite interested in and I'm hoping to get within the next couple of months is a handheld 3D scanner. So I've been in touch with a company who manufacture it's called the Scan Pro. If you want to check that out. It's like a handheld scanner, something out of Star Trek, man. You just scan something, anything, and it'll point cloud this the object that you're scanning, and then send that point cloud into CAD. And the resolution of the point cloud that it puts out is just phenomenal, man. The quality of this thing, it looks, from the sales material anyway, which, you know, I guess that's why I'm getting it. I want to see what it's like. It looks legit. It looks really creamy. So I'm hoping to get that in May, maybe. I think May. It depends. I don't know. I don't know how it's... The company's based in China, so whether or not that materializes into anything, I don't know. And then the other company which I've been in contact with, I'm not going to name these lot in case nothing comes of it. It's been a bit quiet for the last couple of weeks with these lot, but there's another company out there who sell PCs, but they're not like Dell or HP. They're a custom PC supplier, so they build and assemble a PC specifically gauged towards certain applications. So if you're an Inventor user or a 3D Max user or a Maya user, they will build a PC specific to your needs, and then there you go. Comes with warranty, comes with support, that sort of thing. So I'm hoping to get a couple of boxes, review samples off these guys as well to use on the channel. Again, just for recommendations for people that are looking to buy hardware. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on at the moment. Nothing much else happening. The channel is a little bit quiet at the moment. I've done the 11 or 12 videos for 2017, which should be landing next week, I think it is. And content will resume once Inventor 2017 lands, because I think doing videos on 2016 at this point is a bit counterproductive, because 2017 is coming out imminently. So not everyone's got it. If you're on subscription with Inventor, you should start seeing that appearing in your subscription account within the next week. And I was going to talk about cloud storage as well. I did a video yesterday on cloud storage because a question got posted on one of my videos from a guy who was like, I've got Inventor on 2 computers and I want to be able to work on both computers and port my work between the 2. The obvious answer was, we'll use a USB disk, but then there's issues with the USB disk, and you know, it can get damaged, you can forget it if you go on travels, that kind of thing. So I thought, cloud storage I actually use cloud storage quite a lot. And then I started seeing comments on an unrelated issue, people complaining still about cloud storage, about how unsafe it is, and you know, I wouldn't put my data on the servers. And I was like, oh, really? Do you think people are going to steal your data? Really? Is it that important? Your data is that important, is it? So I did a video on that, and then I thought, you know what? I don't know if that's the kind of thing I want to put on this channel, because I don't know. I would have offended a lot of people, and it went on for quite some time, and some bits of it were quite patronizing, because you cannot really do a video on recommending cloud storage without actually explaining how cloud storage works and who the providers are and whatnot. And I was like, is this really what I should be doing? Is this my thing? I don't know. So I cancelled that video. I might do it in the future if it becomes more of a hot topic. But again, feedback in the comments if anyone's actually watching this. We're like 14 minutes into it. If anyone's still watching it and that's something that people will be interested in. I mean, are people actually interested in watching me waffle? I don't know. I started off just doing 3D sketching and click here, click there, and this is how you do a work plane, blah, 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 blah. I went from that to like this. I don't know if anyone actually wants to watch me waffle. I don't know. But so that was a video that happened and then got deleted. It actually got rendered and uploaded to YouTube. It stayed private for about a day, and I was like, I don't know what to do with this. And I just cancelled it. So, and I recorded it again earlier on today. This is the second time I've done it. And I've just cut out the cloud storage bit, because I wanted to keep this more of a channel update than sort of a channel update then bend off into another topic completely. towards the end. So 15 minutes on the nose now, that'll do. So I'll call it a day here. So stay tuned. Next week videos will resume for 2017. And actually, just one more thing. I keep on wanting to say, if you've got any requests, put them in the comments below. But a lot of the requests that I am getting tend to be very niche from people. It's like, oh, I've got a problem. I have a problem with this very specific thing. Can you help me? And I'm like, I really want to, but I cannot set that precedent because I can't be a personal help desk to thousands and thousands and thousands of people for, I hope, what are obvious reasons. So I don't want to start responding to individuals because I already sink my entire life into this YouTube channel outside of my job. And if I start responding to everybody who puts a question in the comments, that'll just get... I won't be able to keep up with it at all. Because answering one question doesn't just end with answering one question. There's the follow-up questions, there's the testing and the troubleshooting that I need to do. Then there's the, oh, well, whilst I've got you, one more thing, you know, quick one, whilst you're here. It ends up as that, and then that's just one person times that by hundreds, thousands. I can't do that. So if you do have any questions, please, and the chances are, I mean, the people that do ask the questions won't be watching. It's 16 minutes in. But do put your questions on the Autodesk forums. Don't worry about using the Autodesk forums. I've seen that from people. If you are using a copy of Inventor that's been downloaded more times than like Kim Kardashian's sex tape, don't worry about it. And if you make an account on the Autodesk website, nobody checks your software. No one checks your serial number. It doesn't matter if you're using a dodgy, hooky copy. Just create an account and ask for help on the Inventor forums. There's hundreds of people, thousands of people use that forum daily, and it's almost like, I mean, with the greatest of respect to them, they are insanely intelligent, but it is almost like they've got nothing else to do than to help people, which is great for the people that need help. You just wonder how they actually spare the time to do it. But you'll get an answer far quicker over there than you would do putting it in the YouTube comments, because I can easily miss it. So yeah, that's about it. That'll be the channel update for April. Yeah, I'll do another one sort of towards the end of the year to see how things are going. Hopefully by that point we should have a lot of the hardware stuff in progress, maybe some stuff sent over. A lot of these deals which I've been discussing with the suppliers should have come to fruition by that point, I would hope. But that's it. Thanks very much, guys. Thanks again for the support on the channel. Keep it up. I'm very, very, very grateful for everyone that's stuck around and that's hit subscribe and watches the videos and comments and whatnot. So thanks a lot. I'll keep it up and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.
Wherever you go with your babe, go with your babe.